afternoon, happy Friday. My name is Terry Massey. I am with 13 Letter, and I'm going to do some live tech tip for you here today. One of the things that I've seen a lot of lately is people are still sharing their Instagram posts to their Twitter, and it's just showing up as a generic link. So what this tech tip today is going to do is show you how you can use a service called If This Then That and post from Instagram directly to Twitter. Sounds easy, sounds true. There's a couple of pitfalls you have to be aware of, but it's really simple and really easy to do. So let's get started. The first thing that you're going to need to do is go to the website IFTTT.com. When you go to IFTTT.com, it brings you to this website right here. If this, then that. And on If This, Then That, you need to create an account. And you can see I've already created an account. It's right up here in the corner. And you can see it right there. There's my little thing. So after you've created the account, and they will send you a confirmation email with it, what you have to do is you have to connect the services that you want to use with it. And with If This, Then That, one of the things that you will see is that there's unlimited services that you could connect to this. But what we want to do for this one today is I would just simply use it to connect your Instagram and then also connect your Twitter. Because all we really want to do with this is send photos from your Instagram right to your Twitter. So after you have done that, and I'll show you what this looks like, it comes under My Services, and you'll see the services that I have connected. Now, one time I had a Blogger account. I have Buffer account connected. And then there's some other ones that are stock, like Button Widget, Date and Time, Email Digest. You can connect it to your Facebook pages, Foursquare, Google Docs, Google Drive, Google Sheets, If This, Then That, of course. But the big one is you have to go in and authorize it to be used by your Instagram account, which is great because once you do that, you're getting closer to being set. The other service that you have to connect is your Twitter. The next step that is in this is creating what's called an applet. And what an applet really has to do is an applet in their language is what they use to create the services. Now you see up here, mine's called My Applets. At one time I had a whole bunch of them. I downgraded it because the pro service costs so much money. So I've downgraded it to being 3. If at any time you have any questions about what we're doing here, just put them in the comments and we'll bring them up on screen and you can ask questions live during this broadcast. So you'll see that I have 2 here. One, I thank new followers on Twitter with a photo. We'll get into that one at a later tech tip column sometime. And then the other one, which is the one I want to show you how to do, it's new photos on Instagram, post in a tweet with a photo on Twitter. And there's a couple of pratfalls that we have to watch out for that we'll talk about too. But let's just take a closer look at this one. New photos on Instagram and a tweet with a photo. Well, how would I do this if I wanted to create this applet? I simply, right beside my icon photo, I would click Create. And you see it follows logic. If this, and then it gives you the service. If you want it really quickly, just type in Instagram. So if Instagram, any new photo by you, and you can see they have other services or other what they call triggers. And these triggers fires, it says it right there. This trigger fires every time you share a photo. This trigger fires every time you share any new video. So any new photo by me, that's the first part. Then that, well, what does it do? Then we're going to look for Twitter. And you can see what it does. Post the tweet with image. And that's all we have to do with the ingredient. And it's literally that simple. Any new photo by Terry Massey, then post a tweet. Let's compare it to my previous one. I'm probably going to get a warning here because Now let's go back to look at my applets to see if it really was new photos on Instagram, post in a tweet with the photo on Twitter. Let's see if the ingredients, as they call them, match. And yeah, it looks exactly, we'll click in settings to check them. Now let's see what it looks like here. Caption, source URL. It's that simple to connect. Here are some pratfalls you're going to want to avoid when you're doing this. One of the pratfalls you're going to want to avoid while doing this is that you're going to want to ensure that you do not go in, and if you're going to tag somebody in your original, if you're going to tag somebody in your original post, what you want to make sure is that they have the same username on both platforms. So a great example is that if my username for my company, 13 letter, is the same on Twitter and on Instagram, then the tag will work. But if it isn't the same on each platform, then it won't work. The other one is I encourage people not to fill your Instagram posts that you're sharing right away to filling it up with a bunch of hashtags, because that just sucks into your 280 characters. So the reverse of what I do with it is that I will actually go in and I will write my post in Twitter, then copy it back into Instagram so that I know I'm not going to go over those 280 characters. That way, it looks exactly like you have done it on it. And if you look at my personal profile on Instagram, you'll see many posts that completely match up and do exactly like that. It's just a tip with that. So remember, don't use the username unless you for sure know that it's the same on both. What you can do is that after it publishes on If This Then That and publishes it to Twitter, you can go back to Instagram and edit it and add that username, tag that person on it. It's a really simple process. The other process that you might want to look at is that if you want to make sure that you're not sharing it to Twitter, log into If This Then That, and they do have an app with it. And what you would want to do is you want to come back into it and you want to just disconnect it. And it's literally that easy. You click on it, disconnect it. Now new photos on Instagram will not post over to Twitter with that tweet. It's a really, really simple process. So that's what you want, and I'll just make this a little bit bigger so you can see it. And then, so that's the applet. And just put some of these tips up here. Do not use a username unless they both have it on each platform. So I'll show you that again. So it's a really simple process to use. If This Then That, I will let you know that you're only allowed to have 3 applets unless you want to pay for the pro profile. But it's a really simple way. And it's one way that you can do it that you're not going to be sharing these cross-platform like that. If you have any questions, please email me. Remember to like, subscribe, turn on notifications if you're using this on YouTube. Share this amongst your friends, and YouTube can have it so that you can publish it. Send me an email if you're unsure about how this is working, and I'll help you get it going. And I'm just going to put my email address up on the screen for you to see. And then you can just email me at terry@13letter.com. Any questions you have about this, and I can walk you through it. Thanks for joining me today. Have a wonderful day.